Hey there, I'm Douglas, and this is Wes, and that's Jordan. And we're here on the Royal Island National Park in northern Michigan. It's up in Lake Superior and everything. When we came here, there wasn't a fire pit, so we built a fire pit. We actually took some really good logs, and we took those logs and we built a perimeter around where we might want to make a fire. Pretty solid perimeter so far. Really holding really good. And then what we did is we gathered up, and what we found is that throughout the years there's been a lot of wood cut down here. It's chainsaw cut down. It's not even hatcheted or whatever. So obviously, what do you think? Park rangers?
Yeah, park rangers clearing it out.
Yeah, so park rangers came through and they felled a lot of logs, and there's a lot. I mean, it's everything from these, which are dead and growing moss, to lots of dead everything all over here. And we didn't cut any down live trees, or we didn't do anything to inhibit the natural environment. Just around this campground, in fact, I'll show you this. This is all the dead wood, and there's lots of trees over here. In fact, if you come over here, this is where we actually found our fire starting material. If you come over here, somebody cut down a pine tree a long time ago, and they felled a bunch of pine needles in here. So what we basically did is we looked at this, and we built up a fire because, you know, we're camping, and we figured when you're camping you probably have to have a fire for several reasons. It gives you light, it gives you heat, it gives you the ability to cook food or whatnot. And now let's talk about the besides the comfort reasons of fire, let's talk about why we need to make fire. Start opening bags, Jordan. What are those? Oh, dried beans, spices, more dried beans, popcorn, next, Bisquick, tea, rice, and more beans. So we basically have 3 different kinds of beans: some rice, some popcorn, some all those stuff, and then in the packs we have some beef jerky and stuff. But without building a fire, we can't actually eat anything, because all of this stuff requires cooking. Because if you know anything about dehydrated food, it requires hot water. Now, personally, when I go camping to get away from modern technology in the world. I go camping to have a good time within nature, build a fire, make my food, wake up tomorrow and go see something else beautiful. And we're highly socially responsible. It's not like we're chopping down live trees. It's not like we're abusing the environment. And when we leave tomorrow, we'll make sure that our fire is out. There was no fire here before. We built a contained fire pit, and the primarily reason is that not only do we need some heat, that we're next to a shelter. It's an open air screen shelter. And by the way, Isle Royal does have wolves, moose, foxes. What else do they say?
Mice.
Yeah, mice. No. So basically, the fire is, as everybody should know, is the all-purpose scares the scary quadrupeds away type invention. So beyond that, we require fire to eat. Without fire, we can't eat any of this. And one of the junior volunteer park rangers has decided to run off to notify the official park rangers that we are in violation of the fire policy here at the park. So this is my overall documenting it, and Jordan's overall documenting it, and my overall documenting it, and just for the overall purpose of being clear. From the time I was 6 years old and I joined the Cub Scouts, they were pretty much telling me that I need to build a fire at my campsite so that I can stay warm, scare away the predators, and yet cook my food and everything else. And apparently we've been in violation of the park's policy because we built a fire instead of bringing a gas stove with us. Well, my mom has a gas stove in her house, And my aunt has a gas stove in her house. I have a stove in my house. It happens to be electric. I'm bringing electric with me. So I believe that the thing that I was supposed to do in order for me to go camping, and we had to, what did we walk? Like 3.5 miles here, like across rocky terrain and all sorts of other stuff?
Yeah, close to that.
Jordan, how was your walk here?
Horrible. Rough.
Walk, a bunch of rocky stuff.
Rock. Slippery. Your
Feel like
brains.
bringing a gas stove with you?
No.
No,
Slippery.
I wouldn't do that.
All right, so I didn't really feel like bringing a gas stove with me, so we built a fire, and now the park rangers are running away, bringing back the more senior and advanced park rangers in order to threaten us further. But we've already been threatened by the park rangers once, and apparently they're coming back. So, should push come to shove, I just wanted to let everybody know why we're here and why we're doing it. I'm of the opinion that what I've done is perfectly legitimate, understandable, reasonable, and within the boundaries of normal park rules. Anybody else?
I agree. I think it's reasonable.
Within the boundaries of normal park rules?
Oh, the fireplace is the center of the camp. Always has been.
Does anybody care to expand upon what I've said?
I believe you've covered it. That's our entire case for why we built the fire. So we didn't trek 3.5
What's
miles
today's
out here
date?
and die.
Today is August 2nd, 2011. So if we run across park ranger difficulties when they come back for having lighted a campfire at a campground, I would really appreciate everybody who sees this video's support. Thank you very much. God bless.